everyone, welcome back. Today we've got another £200 worth of 10p's we're going to be hunting through. Ideally for alphabet 10p's, but we'll take a territory coin, a world coin, something that shouldn't be in there. Ideally we want a 2019 dated alphabet 10p. We've never completed the book. So far though, we've got A, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M, N, O, P, R, T, U, V and X. So any of the last 6 would make for fantastic finds. Although the 2019s we are left with, they are very low minted, very hard to find. Obviously because it's been so many episodes, we've still not completed the book, but we did start our third 2018 book, which we're making very good progress in. We have got A, E, F, G, H, I, K, L and M, N, Q, P, S, T, U, V, X and Y. So again, any of the other missing letters from 2018 would make for superb finds as well. So let's get into these bags, see what we find today. Okay, whilst the coin hunt is ongoing, I'm going to be responding to some recent comments left on my videos. If you get a random love and like from me, it's probably been taken, I've probably taken a screenshot of it and put it in my folder for one of these Q&A videos. How do you get a question to me? Just leave a comment on one of my recent videos. I scroll through them once a week and pick out a few to add to my data bank of questions. But before we get into it, a quick reminder, Grossy and I are both going to the Royal Mint on October the 20th, a week tomorrow I believe. We've got 2 o'clock tour tickets booked to get the new Strike Your Own, the Gruffalo, because I'm not convinced the Gruffalo is the last one for the year. If it is, then that's another thing I've got wrong, but I always get it wrong with Strike Your Owns, but I feel like there's enough time that there might be another change before the end of the year, and if not, I'm going to get the Gruffalo twice, I guess. But anyway, right, so, and if you want to, obviously, if you want to come along and say hi to myself and or Grossy, feel free to come along and say hi at the Royal Mint. It's going to be great fun. We start with Steve Ufton, who says, "Hi mate, after hearing the new King Charles, that's me totally misreading that. It says, after hearing the news, King Charles may be abdicating due to illness. I ordered another definitive set of coins from the Royal Mint, and you're right, it's come with a weird plastic cover. Great Fire London best in this hunt." So that was my £2 coin hunt. So that was kind of interesting, like, because I had not heard anything about King Charles abdicating. Obviously we know about his illness and his ongoing treatments, and hopefully he's doing well, but I've not heard anything about him abdicating due to ill health, so that was news to me. But yeah, so if you've ordered another definitive set I understand why, but it's the packaging. I don't know. I haven't opened any of my parcels of coins that I've bought since my last big unboxing. But some of them, the outer covering is a little bit substandard. Might just be recycled material, and I guess we've just got to suck it up and accept that we need to be more environmentally friendly. I said that carefully because I said it the wrong way last time. Then yeah, I understand. Okay, but we'll have to wait and see what everything else comes. It might just be it was a dodgy batch of I don't know, plastics that came in and they just used it, but we'll wait and see. Right, Gruffalo Griffin says, "I think I found your Frankenstein £2 coin last year." That's rather exciting actually. So it wasn't my Frankenstein £2 coin. In a video for the Britannia Coin Company, I spent a Frankenstein £2 coin. It's just been a good fun. I've spent some of my own NIFC £2 coins in my own videos, just as a because I've been fortunate enough to find some of the commemorative designs which were not put into change but only released for collector's sets. So sort of to restore ballads, I have spent a few myself to be found by other people in their change. So that would be quite cool if that Frankenstein was the one you found. Right, TV Meme Machine. Now this one I recognised the little icon out of it. The comment says, "Never give up, never surrender. You may be the one to watch Galaxy Quest again now." That's exactly where that comes from, and it jumps into my mind as one of these intrusive thoughts. All these different like memes and things that it just comes into mind. And yeah, never give up, never surrender always comes to mind. It's a great film as well. No one has seen it before. But no, the TV Time Machine. I am curious if it's the same person who runs a TikTok account which puts up old clips from television. So there's lots of Don Rickles, the comedian, that pops up on my TikTok from an account with a very similar name and icon. So that's the same person. How spooky of a coincidence is that? Right, then we've got comment From Ava, it says, "Hi there, Christopher. My father-in-law absolutely adores your YouTube videos and exciting hunts. Yesterday, he was absolutely delighted when he had found a 2009 Kew Gardens in beautiful condition. Almost looks uncirculated. I don't know whether it would be possible to do, but could you give Steve from Winchester a shout out in one of your upcoming videos? It would mean a lot to him. Thanks for what you're doing. Thank you, Ava." So, well, to Steve in Winchester. Oh, I do like Winchester. I went to university in Winchester. Spent lots of time there. Wonderful place. But yeah, congratulations, Steve. That's very exciting to find a Kew Gardens. I fortunately have found a Kew Gardens recently, and there's nothing quite like it. It's been just over 3 years since I found one. And I've kind of given up hope secretly that I would ever find one, but as we said, never give up, never surrender. But no, congratulations. I'm chuffed for you to having found one, and it goes to show they're still out there. I still get messages every now and again on a frequent basis of people saying they found a Kew Garden, so they are out there. Okay then, we've got a comment from John Colvey. Says, "Please tell me what's so special about the 2019 Shield. I can't make out what it is." Nothing. Nothing special about the 2019 Shield. There are some that I pull out at the end of the video. I'm not quite sure why what you can't understand is confused about that, because I do always explain it. In fact, I've got a little, it's somewhere behind me, a little jar full of them. They just sound weird and tinny. When you clink the coins together, they make a very distinct sound, because the ingredients or the metals in a coin are like an ingredients to a cake. It has to be a certain quantity of this, certain quantity of that, with a very, very small variance. But these ones, there's something wrong with them, and they just sound really dodgy. I don't think they're rare or valuable, but I've been keeping them aside for, I don't know, because again I have issues. So that's what's weird about those 2019 Shields. But other than that, there's nothing special about the 2019 Shield as far as I'm aware or can think of. Right, Ruddy Gore says, "This video is entitled 'A New Addition to My Hoard. Can I ask exactly which coin was the nice addition?'" So this was on a 50p coin hunt quite recently. We had a response from Andy. Regular comment said, "Britannia 2018. GH Spaghetti said, it's called clickbait." Bist Bost says, "It's the Christopher Ironside, frequently described as an addition to the Horde. It's hardly clickbait, you joyless sods." And then Mina Carolina, however you prefer, says, "I guess he's talking about the Christopher Ironside in the thumbnail, as he keeps all the ones he finds well." Last two comments, we all bang on. Yes, so I never found a Christopher Ironside. It's an addition to my hoard of Christopher Ironsides, and finding another one is a nice find because it's an additional one to my hoard. If you find that clickbait and upsetting, then the internet's going to be a very scary place for you to be with feelings like that. Right, Fussy Boy says, "Were the Commonwealth Games coins released selectively in their respective countries? Would you have had more luck getting the Northern Ireland coins if you got some bags from Belfast?" So, right now, no. You are just as likely to get a Northern Ireland Commonwealth Games in your change in Northern Ireland as you would in London. There is no difference, other than there are more coins in London than Belfast potentially. But if you are going to get a £20 bag in Belfast and you get a £20 bag in London, you've just as much chance of finding those coins. They've been in circulation since 2002. They are spread across the country through circulation, so you could find them. In 2002, when they were first minted for circulation, I've not heard anything about them being selectively distributed in certain parts of the United Kingdom. It wouldn't surprise me if they did, but again, it would be surprising that I'd not heard of this until now. So maybe someone else knows that, but as far as I'm aware, I would say no. It doesn't happen all that often when they're sort of regionally circulated on purpose. Obviously, coins do end up regionally circulated, but that's because I would say in the north there were lots of Shakespeare comedies that started turning up. All that means that in the north the cash centre said, "We're running out £2 coins, can you send some up to us?" And the next ones out of the mint were a bunch of Shakespeare comedies. So in that way they are accidentally regionally circulated, but after time it does get spread out quite evenly. I hope that answers your question, but yes, the overall answer, not sure, but don't think so. Okay, Tony Parkerise says, "Hi Christopher, love your videos. Thank you very much. The mint done low mintage here on the 50p's keep the hype in coin collecting a dying hobby. I can just see 2024, 2025 and 26 all being NIFCs for the next 50p's for them to keep up the hype." Mixed feelings about your comment. This will be the last one because there's not going to be a quick answer. We're coming to the end. Right. I think people forget the Royal Mint coins for circulation as a functional purpose. They mint coins when there is demand for coins to go out into circulation. If there is no demand for coins to go into circulation, they don't mint the coins. I feel the Royal Mint would be quite keen to circulate everything they mint. I don't think there's any feeling at the Royal Mint that they are making these coins and not wanting to circulate them. In fact, they would be, as you can see with the 2023 Atlantic Salmon, if they want to line their pockets, what they should do is every coin that they produce, whether it's a Star Wars 50p or the NHS 50p or the circulating definitive, they need to pre-announce, we will be minting this for circulation, but we're only going to mint 200,000 of them. And then they'll sell out of all their BUs, all their silvers, all their whatevers, because it's that excitement that pushes prices up. The idea that they've done that on purpose with the Atlantic Salmon doesn't quite stick with me, because if they wanted to really capture excitement, they would have announced that when the coin was released, right? Because then they would have sold more. But no, I don't think it's been done on purpose. The Atlantic Salmon, I think we're in a bubble at the moment. It's the only one that's in circulation of the salmons, but it's a definitive, so it should get minted in subsequent years. I say should though, because if I say they will, next year will be an NIFC and the year after will be an NIFC, or who knows what will happen. They should be minted in subsequent years when there's a demand for 50p's, assuming that there will be. But again, they're trying to keep hype in coin collecting a dying hobby. I don't think coin collecting is dying at all. If you look at stamp collecting is certainly a dying hobby. But no, I think that coin collecting is quite healthy. We're getting a bit of we're getting some moans and grumbles, but there's nothing that the mint can't do to rectify the trajectory and the course and breathe some fresh life into it. And I think the Atlantic Salmon has done exactly that, and I think that's a good thing. I'm not going to complain about that. I thought I didn't think it was going to be as rare as it's turned out to be. I'm not upset by that. I'm not upset by getting that wrong. It's great for the hobby. It's potentially bringing more people into coin collecting, which then means that potentially we'll get more coins put into circulation. That's all. Not all coin collectors, but that's all collectors like myself want, and more things to go into circulation. Whether that means in lower numbers, maybe not as low as 200,000 for every release. That would feel like every coin is the next Kew Gardens, but in sufficiently low numbers that everyone can find one, but low enough that they're still exciting to see. I think that would be great. But that is not that's not down to the Royal Mint. That is up to the Treasury, how many coins they order. And we're not quite sure how if they send an order, we want 20 million 50p's minted in this year, we don't really know quite. So there's conflicting accounts as to who gets to chop that order up and say, right, that's going to be 5 million definitivs, 10 million of this, so that'll be that would be interesting to find out who makes that decision, because if it is the Royal Mint and they are chopping up their orders in a silly way that produces 60 million definitives in 1 year and no commemoratives, I think that's a bit frustrating. But again, more information would be required to find out what the answer to that is. Right, with that being said though, let's get back to the coins. Well then, unfortunately, just the one find for today. It is a Jersey 10 pence from 1992, so good vintage, if I say so myself. Now, apologies, the first bag that I went through, partway through, my camera started messing me around. I couldn't figure out why it kept cutting out every minute. But a change of batteries and a bit of a a blow in the little sockets where the battery and the memory card goes into seem to fix it. So there's normally a couple of different choppy parts throughout the video because my camera only records half an hour before it cuts out, so I do have a couple of cuts in one of these videos because it takes more than half an hour to get through 2 bags of 10p's. But hopefully it all looks fine and there's no issues with the video overall. But there we go. Unfortunately, not the best result. Now, if you've been much luckier than I have today and you found an Alphabet 10p, as quite a few people in the comments tend to do, let us know in the comments what letter you found, where you found it. Just reassure us they are still out there and worth looking out for. Links are as usual in the description of this video across to my coin collecting Discord server if you'd like to come over and join me on that. There's also links to my other social media channels, the PO box address if you'd like to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel. That's the company I work for as my day job, so please check them out too. All it leaves me to do now though is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.